So we have turned our main library here in Columbus, Ohio, the main Columbus branch of the library on Grant Street, into a Star Wars paradise. So we are here as celebrating May the 4th, which is in a couple of days, with a celebration of literacy featuring Star Wars books. And we have a lot of Star Wars characters. I'm at the mercy of the Wi-Fi here. So how is your celebration going?
Oh, it's good. It's good. We've got a bunch of people going off all in the expo area, and we've got a bunch of people checking us out here on the live stream. So for those who have no
Awesome.
idea what's going on, what you had sent me earlier was that this is a live Star Wars cosplay with the 501st and the Rebel Legion. Look at
That's exactly right.
There's a screenshot.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I'm representing the Rebel Legion right now, but we have lots of people from the 501st as well. So we have like a table here set up to
Oh,
tell
that's so
people
cool.
about our organization. And
Those in the
we
chat,
have
who's a Star Wars fan? Type the number 1 if you're a Star Wars fan or your favorite emoji.
nice, nice. So here's something you don't see every day. So K2SO, he's really tall in person. K2SO is. And Lord Vader. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about you and why are you in Rebel cosplay at this epic event?
So I am a lifelong, actually, I shouldn't say I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan because I came to it kind of late in life, but I am somebody who discovered Star Wars and just really, really fell headfirst into it. And so I decided to join. My first goal was to join the First, which is the organization for people who want to dress as the bad guys in Star Wars. And I didn't really realize that at first. They were just the oldest group and the one that I kind of had heard about. And so I found out when I was investigating that there's a club for good guys, and that's the Rebel Legion. We also have clubs for droid builders, for Mandalorians, and all other manner of divisions you can imagine in the Star Wars universe. So we get our costumes are what we call screen accurate, which means they have the kind of detail and the kind of quality that looks like you just stepped off a Star Wars set. And you do have to apply and submit photos of your costume, and then it's approved, or you have to make changes and then it's approved, hopefully. And so then that allows us to participate in community events, in hospital visits. We visit Children's Hospital quite often.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Here in Columbus, charity 5Ks, different kind of events, big events, small events, Star Wars night at your local sports franchise. And so we don't get paid, we're volunteers, and this is a community service that we provide. And so we just love Star Wars, and we love to share our love of Star Wars with people who are also fans. Yeah, so it's a really strange and quirky hobby, but it's also brings us a lot of joy, and it brings the people that we meet a lot of joy.
Can only imagine. I'm so jealous right now. Half of the chat looks like they not only are big Star Wars fans, but would love to have awesome cosplays like this too. How does somebody get
Awesome.
involved? Like if I wanted to get involved like you are, what would you need to do?
Yeah. Well, you're first just going to want to go to the main site of either the First Legion, and we're called the First Legion, or the Rebel Legion. Those are probably good places to
So
start.
Google the 500.
Yeah, right. And then you'll find that they have what we call CRLs, and I don't even know what CRL stands for, Costume Reference Library. That's what it stands for. And so we'll have a whole list of costumes on both of those websites and the different requirements for that costume. So Darth Vader may all look the same to you, but he's different in every movie he appears in and TV shows. And so there's a different Darth Vader version with different requirements. People will usually either make their costume, buy their costume, or some combination of those two things. It does require some disposable income. So I keep mine affordable by making my Jedi costumes myself. And also I have my Imperial officer costume is one that I also made myself. So I just buy the materials, and then it's much more affordable.
That's amazing. Now and then I can sometimes see the little bit of detailing that's on your
Yes, yes. And I have this
cloak or
wonderful
something, and it looks beautiful.
belt. Yes, I made the cloak and all the soft parts. I made those myself. The belt I was able to purchase on Etsy. The boots I just have like riding boots that I wear that are really cool. So I know I wish I should have brought a tripod so I could back up a little bit more. And then of course the saber. People like to ask me where I get my saber, especially children. And like, how boring would it be if I just said like Amazon, right? So I make up a whole story about, how I went to the planet Ilum, and then I could hear my lightsaber crystal singing to me in the Force. And then took it back to the temple, and Professor Hu Yang helped me put it together. And
Oh,
they're
that's
like,
awesome.
this lady is crazy. Yes,
Oh, that's awesome.
correct.
We have a question here in the comments. Do you
Sure.
cosplayers travel around the US or is it just local?
Many of our members do. So we have about 60 members in the 501st and about a dozen more in the Rebel Legion here just in central Ohio. So all across the state, it's over 100 and probably 150. And so some of us do have the time and the desire to travel out of state to different conventions and other events. And then there's like me, I don't have time to do that. So I don't. So I just do local events, and that's fine too. Some of our members actually have been, especially our members in the California garrison, have been hired to fill out the scenes in some Disney shows. Like,
Oh, that's so
so
cool.
when you see in the show Obi-Wan Kenobi, when you have all of the stormtroopers outside the cave where Obi-Wan and the resistance people are hiding, many of those are our members who are there in their stormtrooper costumes. And you can always tell the difference because the ones who fall down during the scene, those are not our members, because if you fall down in a stormtrooper kit, yeah, a lot of things get broken, including possibly you. Because it's just plastic. A lot of things break, like your armor breaks. But in Hollywood, they have some kind of fancy stunt armor that you can fall down in and
Okay,
not
okay.
be ruined.
Well, what a testament, right, to the garrison, their costume requirements being so up to par
Yeah,
that they get to be involved in these sorts of things.
right. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool honor, and we do have an affiliation with Lucasfilm in that they approve our appearances at various events and other events. Like basically, they don't want us to help people to make profit. You know what I mean? So, because we don't get paid, so we're not really allowed to appear at like for profit ticketed events, which is fine. I think that's fine for them to keep an eye on their franchise in that way. But it's nice for us too because we don't have to tie our participation to any kind of earnings, or it kind of gives us a freedom. Like this event at the library is totally free, all day 9 to 4. Come and play around with Star Wars costume characters, and then they have all these wonderful Star Wars books out for people to choose from. And sorry, I have to take care walking down the
If there's
steps
any more
because I am
questions
wearing
from
a
the
cloak.
chat, go ahead and drop them in.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're all showing up for what? They're renting or not renting, borrowing books, or they're coming to all see the costumes and everything?
I think both. I think both. Yeah, I think that the event draws them in, and we did a bunch of really crazy social media videos to
Really?
promote it, and I think that the event really draws people in, and then they come for the Star Wars and they stay for the literacy.
Awesome.
And the library does a great job of being hospitable and welcoming. Any better? I'm right at the front doors.
Okay.
More bars,
Fantastic.
and there's a bunch of people here for prom as well.
Okay. Well, couple of minutes. Tell us about you, Emily, for those who have never met you. How does someone like yourself end up doing cosplaying? Like, I think you teach, right?
I do. I do. I am the director of campus ministry and adjunct faculty at Ohio Dominican University, and that's here on Columbus's east side. And let's see, I guess while I was staying home with my son when he was young, I really had a little bit more time to do some writing. And I started kind of doing writing about Harry Potter because the religious themes, my area of expertise is religion and literature and theology and liturgy. And so I kept seeing these wonderful themes in Harry Potter that resounded with, many of the truths I understand in the Catholic tradition. And so I was able to get some of that work published. And hi, how are you? May the force be with you. Some young man in a Mandalorian helmet wanted to say stuff to me.
That's awesome.
So that continued, and I started a blog, and I'm participate in a Harry Potter podcast called Potterversity, and then I got really into Star Wars and kind of started doing the same thing with Star Wars. I have a few edited anthologies that I have edited with some colleagues of mine one on Harry Potter, one on Star Wars, and one on Star Trek, actually.
Nice.
And so I have really enjoyed kind of digging into that area of life. Thank you so much. Thank you. In that area of academia, where we look at popular culture artifacts and sort of make them relevant in an academic space.
That sounds awesome.
My blog is liturgyandlife.com, and you can read some of my writings about things like Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Star Trek there.
That's fantastic. I'm just going to go double check. You had said your blog was Liturgy. Yes, liturgyandlife.com. Friends, if you want to check it out,
Correct.
go and subscribe. Emily, I definitely want to have
Yeah.
you come
Thank
back on the
you.
channel for
Please do.
follow up. Please bring, wave your lightsaber around next time so that we can see it better in higher definition. It was so fun. Thank you for taking the time to spend time with us. This was wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, and enjoy the rest of your event. And may the force be with you.
This is the way.
Amen.
See you. God bless
Okay.
you.